Welcome to Mornings with the Mayor. As always, we have a very interesting show today and very important show. We're going to talk about the YWCA and many things going on there, especially as celebrations taking place this year that we're going to give more details in about today. And to my right is Mary Smithson, who is a retired board member, ex officio, I would say so, and past president of the board, and is the clerk of courts.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much.
That is an elected position.
Correct.
So I'll be right back to you, Mary. And to my left here, my immediate left, is Brad Smith. Brad is the Director of Revenue Development. And you know what that all means. So as you hear them here talking, I think he's the guy that needs to get the funds in.
Absolutely,
he's the guy that does the fundraising.
And
So Mary,
me.
yes, that's an important job. I know what that is. Trust me. So I'm going to start, Mary, with you. And I know it's a big celebration coming up. First of all, I know your dedication to the Y many, many years.
Thank you.
And what you do there and what you've accomplished in the past. And you're looking for great things in the future, starting with, tell us about the celebration.
Let me tell you a little bit about the celebration. This year, we celebrate 60 years. The YWCA is celebrating our time in Bucks County and our outreach, particularly our outreach to our children, to mentoring them in the various programs. And I'm going to talk about in detail a little bit about the programs, particularly in our summer programs. But before I begin, I really need to let the audience know, particularly one of the gentlemen who has really come to the plate for us time and time again here in Bensalem, not only for yourself, but Representative Gene DiGirolamo.
Oh, yeah.
I know, do you know him a little bit? That's what I understand. That's what I understand. And Gene has been not only our #1 supporter in a sense of fighting for programs for children, but he's gone back and forth to Harrisburg for us to be able to ensure that we were able to receive these funds through the county, through the state, and to improve the lives of children and adults. And when we talk about adults, we look at adults in the job workforce, putting individuals back to work. We look at the aspects of how important our growth is, not only here in Bensalem, but throughout our entire county.
And we're based right here in the whole Bucks County, but it's here in Bensalem. And a lot goes on there between over at St. Mary's.
At the hospital, he certainly has. We have the Bensalem Clinic that we have down here, the Mother Bachman Center, which is really, that's one of the other areas that we do partner with. And when we talk about English as a first language, the programs that we think, which we believe, help all of the Bensalem residents.
Oh, absolutely.
We obviously we've expanded. We're in Warminster and we're also in Bristol. Our programs that we have, particularly, and I'll go back again to what we had spoken about for women, for job fairs, of getting the individuals ready for those job fairs. We have found great success with that. In the County of Bucks, particularly, I'm going to say as I happen to be chairman of the Industrial Development Authority in the county. We look to see jobs, we look to see growth, we look to see potential. We want to continue to see jobs and growth come into our community. And one of the ways that we do, and the Y has done, is mentoring individuals, not only in their speech, in their presentation, but giving them that sense and that value that they need to continue to be citizens here and to be productive and to keep their families here in Bucks County. We always say what's really important about the county that we live in is that we want to continue to see our children and the next generation work here in Bucks County. And
I try to do that right here. I try to keep Bensalem kids here to give an opportunity to work and make those kind of things. Incidentally, I'd like to get back to a dear friend of mine, Mickey Schrank, who built your building, and we had a lot involved in that at the time, and certainly Mickey passed away, but has in in his life has done so many things, and he built that house for the
Yes,
Y.
he did. And you know what?
that's,
We are very grateful for his charity, for his kindness.
Yeah.
And that's one thing about Mickey Schrank. It was never about Mickey. It was always about
gosh,
giving
no.
somebody else to somebody
But-
else.
And you know, I think it would be sad if we were remiss if we didn't mention
I
him.
agree
because
there.
he-
Thank you so much
He
for-
loves so much
Yep,
on that.
he
Let's get
certainly
over to you, Brad,
All
for a
right,
couple
yes.
of minutes. I know we talked about fundraising. I'm sure there's other things you do there. But why don't you talk about the fundraising, how important it is, an organization, a nonprofit that has to raise money. They don't have an income.
Yep.
They have to either get it through fundraising or grants or whatever. So it's a difficult position. So you got a tough job. I know what it's like.
Thank you, yes.
I know what fundraising is, believe me.
Yep,
Tough job.
It's not easy, but we have such a great, Mary, first of all, is such a great spokesperson for our organization, all of our volunteers. And I feel that way when somebody does partner with us, whether they become a sponsor for one of our events or, you know, it gives us $50 donation, whatever it might be. It isn't easy. I mean, these are people's hardworking money that they're giving up, or their business money. But hopefully when they give, they're getting something in return. Not only the fact that they're empowering women, eliminating racism, providing access for these children, English as a second language, whatever it might be that we're providing here in Bucks County, you're giving back to the community. And I think, and I've seen Bucks County is so giving, you know, to all the nonprofits. But here, you know, being our 60th anniversary, a big year for us, 1954, we were founded right here in Bucks County.
I was getting out of high school.
Oh, it's perfect, yes. Me too, me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't born here.
But one of those things we're really reaching out this year is just our 60th, but also membership. You know, becoming a member of the YWCA. It's a $50 donation, and we're asking, we would love for all residents to become a member, because not only are you giving to a great organization, making that donation, but you do receive some benefits, whether it's off ticket prices to some of our fundraising events or some of our social events. We're trying to include the whole community. And I think when you give to an organization like the YWCA, you're really stamping your approval, like, I care about family, I care about children here in the community.
And I know we're going to go back to the 60th anniversary and everything, but since you're doing fundraising, I know you have sponsors out there, and I know you're looking for sponsors all the time. Not just for that event, but to keep the Y going. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, there's many sponsorship opportunities that you can get involved with the YWCA, whether it's an event or whether it's just for the full year. You know, we're fortunate enough, coming up on May 15th is our Salute to Women Who Make a Difference. And some of our sponsors who've really stepped up in the community this year include McCafferty Auto Group, which has been a great sponsor for us, our diamond sponsor for the full year at $25,000. So we're very excited about that. We also include right here in the backyard, the Parks. It's just continue to show their support for us. St. Mary's, Hill Wallach Law Firm, Third Federal Bank, GE, everyone, you know, is stepping up to the plate.
And that shows the value of why they're giving. They know what they're getting back in the community.
Absolutely.
Of the youngsters getting the opportunities that they have.
Yep.
And that's a future workforce, believe it or not. It might be looking at a child 5, 7, 8.
Right, and
years
I'd also throw in our county commissioners too.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no
gosh,
question. Yes, absolutely. They have been with us time and time again. Also, the rest of our elected officials certainly support the YWCA and recognize 60 years in a community whose mission continues to promote the essence of individuals. And we look at the whole person. What can we do to, and again, I'll go back to it, the improvements for English as a first language, the skills that are needed for those who are immigrants who are coming here, and just the money language is really very, very important so that they do understand our culture that is here. And we are part of their culture. And one of the things I will mention to you that we had just last year, one of the restaurants here in Ben Salem actually on Thanksgiving Day took the opportunity to invite them to a turkey dinner and with the YWCA. And what an excitement for these individuals who came here to the United States, had heard a little bit about what it's like to give. Well, they more than saw what giving was like. And that's what the YWCA does. It gives, and we show others what community involvement is, what it is to be productive citizens, what it is to give back. Because one of the other aspects we had is a young student who started on our Y program, and she was named Teen Volunteer last year as a senior year at Ben Salem High School. And you know, these are the types of mentoring we want to continue to do. And when we partner with organizations in our county, such as our children and youth programs that we have, that we look at our summer camp programs, when we see how important the individuals can become because they've been mentored by individuals. I know Jean and I particularly have gone to our summer camps here in Ben Salem at the end of their 6-week or 7-week program. I think it's 6 weeks that we have. And the talent that they show us is priceless. You can't put a dollar figure on it, but what you can see and what the parents can see is the fact that we have been able to give them something that perhaps they've not been able to see or participate before, but here we are able to do that. And it is, again, with that strong urgency to relate our parts of our community and to give back. And that's what we see.
Mary, you know, Ben Salem is a very diverse community, very diverse. I mean, we are as diverse as anything as Philadelphia or anybody else. And we take great pride in, not just with the Y, but with our administration, our council, and everybody working here in Ben Salem to make sure that we're trying to give all those opportunities. Because when I tell you a diverse community, we are second to none. We mirror Philadelphia, we mirror other communities around. And it's wonderful, it really is, as we get everybody together to work together, and they understand whether they be immigrants or just poor youngsters coming out of homes that are poor and don't have opportunities. And it really works here. And I can't tell you how proud I am to be part of this community here that strives for those kind of objectives and wins. Go back to some of the things that are happening and what you're going to make happen on the 60th, because I know that, was it the 15th of May?
Yes, May 15th.
May 15th. So that will be
at the Sheraton Hotel in Bucks County at 6 o'clock.
It's in the evening.
Yes, it's in the evening.
Morning, because they do have mornings at 7:30 and 8.
Yes, we do that. We do that
in the fall. Yeah, you're good. Yes.
All right, exactly.
Absolutely.
We do that right. This is our night of.
So some of the times you do have to get up early.
That's right.
But anyway, this is 6 o'clock. Well, do you want to take that and tell us about that?
Well,
6 o'clock that evening?
6 o'clock that evening, we are going to recognize women that from our sponsorships who have made a difference in their community. And I let me talk to you just about one particular one, and I know you know this one, and I'm not taking away from all the other ones because everyone is wonderful. But our former president, and you know Millie Brown.
Oh, sure.
Millie Brown was a former president. She's a former school teacher in the Pennsbury School District. And quite frankly, she certainly has given her time over the number of years to us at the YWCA. And quite frankly, this is the first time we actually recognize one of our own board members. But Millie has took the realms again as president, steered us in a very in a great direction, moved us forward so that we were able to actually hire Karen Forbes as our executive director. But also, she's had some medical issues, a little bit of serious medical issues, but she's doing really very, very well. But I'll tell you, it was the support of the board members, and I think of one of her other partners, one of her doctor partners, that Millie has really come back, and she's doing terrific. And we're happy to recognize her. And also, who will be participating is Millie's doctor. Millie's doctor and her partner, actually it was her partner who did her surgery, but her doctor is from the physicians, Dr. Beth Dupree. And many of you know Dr. Beth Dupree, who had her practice here in Ben Salem, and she's
still here.
Good. Right across from the Parks Casino?
Holy Redeemer.
Okay, good.
She's with Holy Redeemer there, and she's at several hospitals, but
Correct.
she's still
She's with
here.
St. Mary's. She's still with us at
Yeah,
St. Mary's, at the hospital
yeah,
at St. Mary's.
yeah.
But Beth has certainly, as a renowned surgeon, certainly it was terrific, and her partner, Amy Kreischer, with Millie. And so we really, for the first time ever, the Y has recognized one of its former
Wonderful.
board members.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take a moment for her, and again, not to take away any of the all of our other members, which I know Brad will talk about, our other members who are going to be recognized. But we really thought that Millie is more than deserving of this wonderful recognition. She's a great gal, and she's doing super, and bringing her whole family here. Actually, I think she's bringing her mother and father, and I will tell you, her mother and father are in their 90s, and they're pretty sharp. I'm pretty excited about Millie getting this award, and we're pretty happy about all of that. So that's probably a big highlight for the board members, and I can.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the rest of the?
Sure. I mean, we're celebrating 8 fabulous women who are being honored that evening. So we start at 6 o'clock with a reception, cocktail reception, go right into dinner, have some awards. There's still plenty of opportunities to talk about fundraising, still plenty of opportunities to come on as a sponsor, plenty of opportunities to get tickets to this great event, because it will be a great evening. We'll be celebrating women from McCaffrey Ford, which include Susie Bueller and Cindy Carlson. Kim Tran from Parks, right here in the backyard. Gloria Taffel from GE. The list goes on. Millicent Brown, of course, of the YWCA. I think it's Elizabeth for the Bucks County Commissioners.
Right.
Connie Cervelli from the Healing Consciousness Foundation. Did I leave anybody out?
No, I think we have everybody.
Are you going to be dancing that evening?
No. I don't
No
dance.
dancing.
And of course, Denise Bowman.
Not you.
Denise Bowman.
From Hill Walk as well.
is coming. Yeah, who was a former board member.
Board
she was a
member
former
of ours
board
as well.
member
So
with us.
it'll be a wonderful evening to celebrate these women. We think it's important for the Y's mission to come out and really have this event to celebrate, acknowledge women giving back to their community. That's what the YWCA was founded on 60 years ago. And that's what we want to do now.
I was old then.
Yes.
60 years is not bad. Come on, don't make it sound so bad.
But it should be a fabulous evening, and we really do have opportunities for people to still come out, support, have a fun evening, come out, buy some raffle tickets, yuck it up with your friends.
Well, I
have
think
a
what we'll
drink.
do at the end on the scroll, be there where they can call.
We're going
all the
to
information.
exactly, because we have it on our website, and we'll
Yes.
certainly add on www.ywca.com.
YWCABucks.org.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Appreciate that. And we also will let everybody know the ticket price is $80.
Yes.
Correct, for dinner. So it does include, it's going to be a great meal that the Sheraton will put together, but recognizing individuals who have truly made a difference. I know we can't recognize every woman, but I know that the ones that we are very fortunate to be able to do, and we thank our sponsors for working with us to be able to accomplish this great evening on the 15th. We will see, and I know that the newspapers have been a great supporter for us at the Y, and I also can't thank you enough for giving us a chance to be able to talk about this on your program today.
Oh, gosh.
Very much so.
It's your
Very much so.
program. It's not my program. It's the people's program. Anything you want to close with?
No, I think we summed it up. Just really thank you for this opportunity to come out. One, talk about our programs here in Bucks County, everything we do in we're, like I said, really excited at our office. I would invite everyone to call our office, check out our website. If you want to come out and maybe see some of our family centers or see some of our programs in action, we'd love to be a host of that. I think it's worth your time to see what some of the money you are donating are going to right here in Bucks County. So we'd encourage people to give us a call.
Mary, you have the last word.
Thank you. I would just like to add, 60 years ago, one of the greatest greatest decisions happened in the United States was Brown versus the Board of Education. And we can look back what a difference that ruling made in regard to the beginning of elimination of racism. That is one of our hallmarks. As we celebrate 60 years together with the Y, we continue to move barriers one at a time. And One of the ways that we do is by the number of programs that we serve our community. How fortunate we are to be able to do that. We do that particularly through the sources of county and state and federal governments. But we look to be able to see the person, to enlighten them, to recognize their abilities as citizens here in our country, and to see that we can make a difference. And that's what the YWCA does. We make a difference in the lives of families and friends whose faces and names we never knew before. And that's the reason why I served on this board, and I'm privileged to be on this board over the years.
For the great
Thanks.
work you continue to do.
Thanks.
Brad,
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
for the job that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I know the Y thanks you. Don't forget that celebration coming up. Until next time, everybody, God bless.